What's up guys, Winter Kills here. Welcome to another test hand video. I know recently we did a test hand video for Sekka Mermails, but I really wanted to do a test hand video for Photons since I've been able to test this build a bunch, like more than I ever thought it would be able to on stream. I'm very confident with this build. I've tried other builds, but like I've just come back to this one and I think it's fantastic. I think this build is just great. And it only grows closer, you know, the release of BLRR, Battles Legend, Raging Revenge, or whatever that's called, whatever the acronym stands for. 9 days! I'm so hyped for this set. You can replace, not these unfortunately, but this I'm pretty sure. Which, like, not having these kind of hurts, but we might honestly just be able to play other links that aren't these for the time being, and then pretty much everything else in the extra deck, or in the main deck, I'm sure is going to be no longer a proxy. Hopefully we get Orbital, hopefully we get Vanisher. I don't know if there's been a confirmed set list. There probably has been, and I just hasn't seen it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, and then we'll go ahead and get started. We'll do some test hands here, because I think this deck is extremely underestimated in what it can do, and how consistently it actually can do that. And not only how consistently it can do it, how like good its ability is to grind late game. So I'm going to go ahead and finish shuffling, and then we'll do our first hand. Oh, and before we go and get started with the first hand here, hopefully the lighting and the audio of my voice at least should be a little bit better than last time. I'm still experimenting with where to put this new camera basically to get the most out of it. You know, lighting is still an issue. Video quality, a whole lot better, especially in the low lighting. But lighting is still an issue. No matter what camera you have, bad lighting is a hard thing to sort of correct on its own. But without further ado, let's see what we drew. Oh, this hand is beautiful, man. We open up Galaxy Eyes, Sanctuary, Return of the Dragon Lord, Soldier, and Galaxy Knight. So, if you don't know, like, this card right here, before we do this first hand, is like the single reason I decided to play this deck. I wanted to pick up again, because Photon Sanctuary is just free tokens. It special summons 2 tokens in defense vision. They cannot attack or be used as sacred material, and you cannot special summon other monsters and use this except for light monsters. But that's completely fine, because we only play light monsters in the main and the extra deck. We don't play dark matter because we want to abuse this card. And it also gets like so many freaking plays started. It's absolutely unbelievable. But let's go ahead and start this turn off by summoning Soldier, pitching this. I'm not going to get a field center for this, because field center with this deck isn't extremely important, because we're not going to be doing any sort of, you know, extra linking. So we'll get to search here, and I'm going to add Photon Vanisher, because I don't really want to use, or no, we can't add Vanisher, we have to add a Galaxy card, my bad. A Galaxy monster, I should say. I think I'm just going to add another copy of Galaxy Eyes, because the more we can get him engraved, the better. But right now, I'm mainly just trying to save up, I guess, if you will, for, you know, so we can use our normal summon on the Galaxy Knight here, because it's, like, probably the best normal summon in the deck, apart from Galaxy Wizard. So with this being said, here we're going to play the Sanctuary. We'll get 2 tokens. We'll just put them over here. And then we can go ahead and just sack the tokens immediately for Soul Flare Dragon, who on summon adds us back a Photon or Galaxy monster from our graveyard. So we're going to add back Galaxy Eyes. Actually, no, we're not. We're not even going to use that effect, because we just don't need to. And then we'll normal summon this and revive this, and then we'll go ahead and make a rank 8. And it's going to be number 90, who, with the materials underneath him, cannot be destroyed by card effects. We can also detach to negate and destroy a monster effect, and during their turn we can search a Photon or Galaxy card. And we also have this as a disruption. The only other thing I think that we could have done differently is, let's say we had this in hand still, this was still engraved. We kept this here, put this back. Another thing we could have done is play the Sanctuary for the 2 tokens, and then specialed this by tributing the 2 tokens, then use these to go into this. Okay, we could have done this, right? And then we could add back this, but we still don't really need to. Yeah, I guess we just don't need to because we have number 90 is going to be made in the play. So we'll normal summon, revive, use this to revive, and we'll summon that there. And then we'll make this, and then we have that. And then we have a free ability to, you know, save either Galaxy Eyes or Soul Flare. And then during their turn, the first thing they do, we can chain to search Galaxy Eyes and, whoops, and have that ability to pitch to destroy a special monster during their turn. So, like, this may not seem like a whole lot in comparison to, like, a Mermail board, but, like, this, as a primary going first deck, again, much like Mermail, this is pretty much, like, one of the best boards, and it's actually pretty good in most cases against most decks that I've played against. Even played against like a lot of meta decks like True Draco. I'm able to win. Played against you know, Trickstars, or haven't really got to play against Brandish yet, surprisingly. But I'm very eager to, because one thing that I found that helps you win more than just the boards that you make is just sheer attack power. Like, literally, that is the only thing. On top of, like, the negates that you can put on board and the interruptions, like the Soul Flare, the number 90 that can't be destroyed by card effects, which is huge, right? The Photon Blast Dragon, making so yourself can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, anything over 2,000 attack, really. A Cyber Dragon Infinity play is always super easy to pull off. Like, apart from that, like, and also another thing to note with that last board we ended on, we could have also summoned Soldier, search Soldier, played, or summoned Soldier, search Wizard, normal Wizard, search Expedition, Expedition, summon out another Soldier, use the tokens for Soul Flare, add back Galaxy Eyes, and made Cyber Dragon Infinity. That's another play that we could have made. But, like, I'm just so, I don't know what it is about this deck. Ever since I played this deck long before I played Mermails, and I'm just so much more in tune with the deck. It's kind of crazy. Alright, so this hand's actually really good. Thrasher Orbital or Thrasher Vanisher is always a good combo to have. I love main decking Cyclone because you can just search this card turn 1 against back row heavy decks, and it forces them to use the negate on the Wizard, which just is awesome if they have a negation anyways. But then if they don't, they're just going to lose a back row, or they're going to have to be forced to activate a back row anyways, which is super nice. So we'll start this turn off by special summoning Thrasher here, equipping Orbital from hand, then sending it, and we're going to go search Vanisher, and then Vanisher, we're going to summon it, and that's going to search as Galaxy Eyes to fuel our Soldier, which a lot of the times Vanisher does fuel Soldier because it does just get that extra Galaxy Eyes to hand that you need. Like, Galaxy Eyes plays a huge role not only on the field, but more so in the graveyard and in the hand. That's where Galaxy Eyes is the most powerful, because you have cards like Trade-In to set up. You have cards like, what is it? Trade-In, Soldier, Return of the Dragon Lords, etc., etc. It goes on and on. Then we'll summon Soldier by pitching the Galaxy Eyes. Now here we can search a Galaxy monster. So we have a couple options. We have Wizard to search, and we have Knight, and we can also search another copy of himself if we so desire. But it's important to note at this point, with a deck like this, you really want to just try and save that normal summon for a play like this to revive Galaxy Eyes, because that's a free rank 8, and that's your best boss monster. Keep in mind, we could also grab this normal summon, Tribute, and then go get Expedition, and then Expedition will summon out another copy of Soldier, and there's a rank 5 using these two to go into like Hyperstar or Soul Flare to add this back. But it's also dependent on what we draw off Desires here, because I kind of want to play Desires because it could allow us to draw into Expedition, which will give us a rank 8 and a rank 5. I just dropped a whole bunch of cards, hold on. So yeah, I think right now I want to just grab Knight off this play and then normal summon him and then revive this. So we have a board of 5 monsters, which honestly, in a turn 1 like this, isn't super uncommon. And we just get this off of basically Thrasher, Vanisher, and Soldier. These 3 cards net us these cards. So now I'm going to Desires before I go any further. And banish 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First time ever using Desires in a test 10 video, I think, so. And then we grab Orbital and another copy of Galaxy Eyes. That's interesting. See what we banish here. Vanisher, Thrasher, Rhoda, Trade-In, Wizard. Both of our returns. Another Cyclone. 2 Wizards. Okay, that's pretty average, honestly. It's not too bad. So we have Cyclone in hand still. We have Orbital, which is fantastic. Now, right here, we could use these two to go into, or these two. There's a whole lot of things we could do right now, honestly. It's hard to figure out what I want to do. I just say let's ditch these two, right? Let's ditch those two to go into this. We'll add back Orbital. And then we'll just make a rank 8. Like number 90. And then from here, we could special summon this by attributing these two, but that's, I feel like, counterproductive. But I think also at this point, I'm just going to equip Soul Flare with Orbital, and then he can't be destroyed by battle, and he also gains 500 attack. And then we have the Search next turn. And we also have the Pitch to Pop. We're drawing into Reborn next turn, which is insane. So we'll go ahead and do another test hand. Alright, so we'll get started with test hand number 3 here. I believe number 3, I'm not sure. Let's draw into our first hand. Double Thrasher, Expedition. Double Thrasher, Expedition, Desires, and Soldier. Okay, so that's I guess. I kind of want to do as much searching as possible before we use Desires. So I'd like to special this, then special Soldier by discarding the other Thrasher. And I like to start my turn with Thrasher because there's no other time he's going to be able to come out, so you have to summon him first, or else he's just never going to get to come out. Because you'll control a monster. So I think I'm going to add Knight here off of this. In hopes that we can draw into something really, really good. I think for Expedition, though, yeah, for Expedition, yeah, so we already have a Link 2 guarantee with a rank 8, which is what we really want, because what we can do is, if we do draw into, let's say, we don't even have to draw into anything. Right now we can just Expedition for Galaxy Eyes, which I think I will, just to get him out of the deck so I don't banish all 3, then that really screws over our play. We'll do that. And then we'll tap, or cut, rather. And then we'll play Desires. And then we'll banish 10. 3, 5, 3, 5, 2. Draw into Orbital and Vanisher. That's really good. Banish to Vanisher, 2 zeros, an Orbital, and 2 Wizards, another Soldier. That's not terrible. Both zeros gone kind of hurts, but there's really no other better draw power to play in this deck, in my opinion. And believe me, it definitely needs the draw power, because seeing Orbital here is fantastic. I'm going to equip Orbital, attribute that away to Search, another copy of this, summon this, grab another copy of that. Now, here, we can make a rank 4, possibly, and a rank 8. Because if we can make Star Blast Dragon, like, that card is just too good not to make. So I think I'm going to get rid of these two for not Soul Flare, but go for Hyperstar here, actually. Because Hyperstar and Starleash Photon Blast go, like, hand in hand together. And you'll see why. So here we can make a rank 4. Right here. Use its effect on summon to summon this here. And then we still have a Galaxy Eyes engraved. We didn't normal summon, so I'll normal summon this here without tribute by its own effect, and then summon this out. We can go like that, and then we can make a rank 8 Mate. And then, so with this field, what we have established is everything is up by 500 attack and defense. And this says monsters with 2,000 or more attack cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. This can also not be destroyed by card effects simply by its own effect, but now it can also not be destroyed by battle. And it cannot be targeted, I guess. So it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. Yeah, things can be destroyed by battle, so my bad. But things can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. But the thing that's also nice is, like, they can be destroyed by battle, but, like, this has 3k defense, this has 3,500 defense, 3,500 attack. The weak link here is Hyperstar, but when he dies, he's going to add us back something as well. And I like going into this over Soul Flare, because I like the fact that this itself can't die, because if we do detach, let's say, like, Galaxy Eyes, or something off this, or Galaxy Eyes gets sent to the grave, we can use the detach effect to summon out another one, to set up more plays, and then for turn, hypothetically, we're drawing a Cyclone, which is irrelevant. So that's it for that test hand. We probably could have been able to end Infinity if I changed my play around, but I think I value this a little bit more over Infinity, in my opinion. So we'll go ahead and do another test hand here. Alright, so we'll get started with our next test hand here. We draw into Trade-In, Wizard, Knight, Trade-In, and Monster Reborn. Alright, that's kind of interesting. Trade-In is a very weird card for me. I always seem to draw it in doubles, or I'll never see it, or if I use it, I always draw a Trade-In off of it. So here, I would just trade in Knight because their hand is kind of not the greatest, so we're just going to trade that in. See, we drew into another level 8. How funny. I think I'm just going to trade it in again, honestly. Draw into 2 more cards, Vanisher and Vanisher. Wow! That's great! Let's special summon this, or normal summon that, special summon this, grab Galaxy Eyes, and we did open up Reborn, so I was kind of okay with just ditching Galaxy Knight to the grave because we did have that Reborn in hand. Now I'm going to Desires, now that we've drawn a couple cards this turn. So this will be 2, 4, 6 cards we've drawn this turn. Drawing into Orbital and Sanctuary, which is really nice. We banish Thrasher, Galaxy Eyes. So what we banished is really great. We didn't banish too many doubles. Some one-ups here and there. Or one copies, I should say. We can't summon another Vanisher this turn, which is why I'm playing 2. Like, some builds play 3, but I think it just bricks super hard at 3. So I think 2 is fine. So I'm going to Orbital here, go grab Galaxy Soldier. We still haven't tributed off Wizard yet, which is something we could do. I'm just trying to think. I want to try and end on Infinity and a rank 8 with obviously a Link 2 on board. So I think I want to start immediately by Sanctuarying, and then just use the 2 tokens to go right into Soul Flare, and just add back, we'll add back Orbital, I guess. Now here, I want to summon Soldier by discarding this Galaxy Eyes, and go grab another copy of Soldier with that, with his own effect. And now, I think with what we have, we can make him a level 8, of course. This I should have summoned here, because we're going to need both these zones open. I need to get in a better habit of not summoning that in that slot. Or just doing that in general when I know we're going to need both zones. And then we can summon this by discarding the other Vanisher. And then we can Reborn Galaxy Eyes, right? And then we can make a rank 5 here and a rank 8 here. All because of Reborn. Yeah, just make sure you don't summon that card in a slot like that where you can block yourself from making plays. Because that would really suck, right? I guess I could have just summoned this over here and it would have been fine. Yeah. Well, I mean, it still technically would have been blocking, right? Because this is technically the center zone. But yeah, that's a good turn right there with Orbital hand, and we can equip this with that, so that can't be destroyed by battle. We have a negation. We have 2 negations, actually. We can get a search of Galaxy Eyes, I think. Are we out of Galaxy Eyes? No, we should still technically have one in the deck because we only banished one. We have one under our monster there, so if we can, we do get the opportunity. We can chain this to add this, and then of course that will fuel our Soulflare Dragon. So that's a very good hand right there, ending with some nice boards. Consistent boards. We haven't done any just one rank 8 and pass without any links. We've been able to make some really good link plays. And again, like I said, your best ally is sometimes not the negations that you can bring out. It's just the sheer attack that most of your monsters have that a lot of decks have a problem with. Like, to be able to kill Galaxy Eyes, you have to do a lot. You need to negate his effect, and then you need to beat over 3,000 attack to begin with. Because if you have a monster that's over 3,000 attack, you can just use Galaxy Eyes' battle to banish effect, which a lot of people forget about. Which makes him pretty much unkillable unless you have an effect negation. Then again, you still have to deal with that 3,000 body. Or 2,500 defense, which is, again, a lot of decks have a hard time dealing with. In my opinion, at least. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do one last test hand here and see what we can draw into Return, Expedition, Soldier, Galaxy Eyes, and Vanisher. Wow, this is a hand. I think we can definitely end on a Link 2, rank 5, and a rank 8, which again is like your best possible opening. 2 negations, a search, and a disruption if you play your cards right, literally. So we'll get started with this pitch. Now here it's important to think about what we want to search. We could grab Knight. I actually am going to grab Knight because we can use Expedition to complete the level 5, the rank 5 play here, I should say. Then we'll grab this. This will search another copy of Galaxy Eyes. And we also have Return Engraved, which is just like fantastic. And I'm also going to play Expedition here to summon this out. And then I'm going to normal summon this to revive this. So we have a full loaded field. Very, very loaded field. And then this is in our hand. So now what we can do is we can use these two to make Soulflare Dragon. Not use his effect to add anything, or we could just add back Vanisher, I guess. We'll take free cards. And then we can return out Galaxy Eyes, and that's going to help save stuff that we have if they do have like a board wipe or something that can protect our Soulflare Dragon at least. If you're worried about board wipes, you could probably just make like 107 or this card that can be protected by your Return Engraved. But again, we just make the Infinity package, and we make that. We have a Disruption, like literally the best hand you can end on. Return Engraved, a Disruption in hand, 2 negations, and a search. And for me, I'm probably going to grab Galaxy Knight because we can detach this off of this if we need to. Actually, no, I'm probably going to grab something like Galaxy Zero or Photon Sanctuary because this gets us any Photon or Galaxy card, which, again, this card is so versatile. It's what the deck needed. We needed another card that could hold its own, that could get us a search of any Galaxy or Photon card other than Wizard, because he does take up your normal summon, and he can't be a level 8 under your monster and be a searcher at the same time, so that solves a long time problem for the deck. But anyways, I think that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Let me know if you want to see more Photon test hands in the future, or maybe I'll throw together a combo video because I still want to find some definitive combos, because right now I don't really have any. I just kind of always play it out, you know, by ear, so to speak. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and as always, we're going to signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one.